I hope everyone's been playing a ton. I know I have. This past weekend was double glory weekend. That means you can build up all that glory that you're going to need to buy packs or cards or whatever Super Evil Megacorp does for 1.6. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to need it because some of those skins take up a lot of cards to weave. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more people with those tier 2 skins, and even those tier 3 skins we got a little taste of this past week. But I'm trying out video this week. I'm doing a video episode of Shatter The Vain. So if you're listening to the audio, head over to the website. You can see this on a YouTube format. I got WickedDestro coming up as my special guest host. And we're streaming it live on Twitch as well. So I'm going to try to do that every Sunday. If this goes smoothly and everyone likes it, we're going to continue it. But let's get into this week's episode.
Shatter the Vain, a podcast about Vainglory.
This is the 31st episode of Shatter the Vain. My name is Brad Chmielewski, and this is a podcast all about Vainglory. Every week, I try to break down the news, gameplay, game tips, and hopefully we all become better players together. This week, I got two special things going on. I have a returning guest for the first time ever. Welcome back, WickedDestro.
Hey guys, awesome to be here once again.
So I invited you back for two reasons. One, because we're doing video this time, and I felt like you could help me roll through the hiccups here. And if there's any crashes, you can roll with it here with me. So thank you for that.
No problem.
And two, because you just started streaming. And you were talking about it for a while, but now it's up and running. You've been going for about a week, 2 weeks now?
Yeah, like a week and maybe a couple days.
Nice. And how's that going? You getting seemed like a good buzz going. You seem to have a good amount of people every time I stop in.
Yeah, the viewers fluctuate, but the most important thing is that I'm having a lot of fun doing it, like getting to know other people too that play the game and just hearing other feedback. So yeah, it's been a great experience thus far.
Oh, cool. I'll include a link in the show notes in the description here, but yeah, definitely go over to a stream, follow it up. You always listen to tons of dubstep, electronic stuff.
Yeah, always a lot of trap music mostly.
Okay, it's always a good time. I like streams that have the music going because sometimes I just have it on the background while I'm working.
Oh, nice.
So that's good stuff. And you've been streaming a lot of the VGL and ESL matches that Wicked's been doing, right?
Yep, just got done doing the round 2 of the VGL against, Cons, and now we'll be facing Arc Team 1, which I'll be showing tomorrow at 5:30 Central Standard Time.
Nice. Yeah, so be sure to look out for that. And yeah, should we get into the news? There's kind of a light news week, but a lot of cool stuff happening too, and a lot of changes coming down the pipe weight. So let's get into it.
Vainglory News.
So kicking off the news is the Vainglory Worlds International Tournament. And this is a new tournament, or just the first tournament ever that Vainglory is launching. That's happening in Korea in a couple months, right? I'm totally blanking on the date. But the idea is one team from each region, so EU, NA, Southeast Asia, Korea, Japan, and China, are all going to come together to compete for basically the World Cup of Vainglory kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're doing it in a interesting way, and it's kind of nice they're doing it with VGL and ESL right now. Those guys have been putting on some great tournaments, and they've been going well. So the way teams get into it, you either have to win the ESL Cup, which just ended, so that team will be going to Korea. And then for North America and Southeast Asia, there's a VGL Cup going on right now, and whoever wins that cup gets to go. And basically, it's all expenses paid too, so that's pretty sweet. And then Korea and China and Japan, basically it's invitation only right now, so I don't think they have enough of a tournament scene at the moment. So they're just kind of like, who do we know that can come and represent us? But this is fun. I know we're competing in the VGL Cup. I'm not sure we're gonna make it, but we have a pretty easy little bracket there for a little while. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how that worked out in our benefit.
yeah. I think the first opponent that we face that is going to be tough is either going to be Predators or Gangstar's Xenotech's team.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. I'm excited. They've been broadcasting them on the Vainglory channel, so definitely go check that out on Twitch. And this is gonna be a great tournament. Yeah, it's July 11th. I'm being told. So yeah, that'll be fun to see how this comes about. I know there's some issues in Korea right now, so the dates may change a little bit. But yeah, it'll be awesome to see these top teams to go. Who do you think is gonna go from North America? That if it's not us.
Gangstars.
Okay.
Just because I think right now the both Nemesis teams have lost, and it just seems like Cole's team is the strongest candidate right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, definitely I also like Unknown already has it in the bag for EU, so I like to see how they match up against like the the Asian scene, because we haven't really seen too much of that or what their skill level at really is.
Right, because we saw like one game or a couple games on the like King of the Hill series on the Vainglory live stream on Fridays, but that was just their matches. It's kind of hard for us to compare like our people going up against them. It's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And this will put them all on the same servers, so the playing fields are leveled. So that should be cool. Keep an eye on that as these tournaments happen. The VGL stuff is happening basically almost every day or every other day. There's a match.
Right.
Speaking of the live stream, the Friday live stream, we got a ton of awesome info this past week. First thing I'm going to kick it off with is the new hero. We got a splash art tease of a berserker or barbarian. She's from the Fortress lore, and it's basically a female berserker that uses axes. And I feel like people are saying this is Glaive's wife. That's what I saw go around a little bit. What do you think of this person?
I mean, I myself, I'm not a connoisseur of bestiality, but I mean, if that's the way people think that Glaive rolls or she rolls, then I'm not one to judge. But yeah, I mean, she definitely looks like a cool hero, and I've been looking for either one, another assassin, or two, another warrior to join the fold. So just off the splash art, basically can tell that she'll be a warrior unless they decide to surprise us like they tend to usually like to do. But it's looking that way so far.
Yeah, she looks tough. I'm glad they're, I guess, the sexy ladies, the Catherine and the Celestes are great, but I think it's even better to have like a tough girl on the fold. Like it's a different kind of style and adds another element to it.
Yeah, one that's not as like sexual or
yeah,
they needed a softball female thrown in there.
So cool. I'm sure we'll get more info about this because they did say there'll be a new hero in 1.6. So this is very much likely that hero. And since we're halfway to the next patch, we'll definitely be getting more and more teases coming along shortly. And then also coming in 1.6, it looks like we're getting some Tier 3 skins. So we had 2 Tier 3 skins showed off this past week. One was a splash art for Ringo Tier 3, the Shogun Ringo. And the other one was a video of Candy Twirl Kashka. The splash art for Ringo, it looks cool, but it's just splash art. I don't know. I couldn't get that excited about it. But that Kashka skin, all the little fun particles and stuff, that was looking really nice. What'd you think of these two?
Yeah, the Ringo one, it kind of reminds me of like Suka from maybe Street Fighter, but
Okay.
I'm trying to think. So I was kind of surprised because it's mainly just an older version of Ringo, and they removed basically all the Shogun aspects to him. I would love maybe seeing because they added a skull to him in the tier 2,
Yeah.
and I was wondering maybe if they would go what's that, Ghost Rider? Maybe they couldn't add like flames to his skull because that'd be like copyright infringement on Ghost Rider. But I thought they were going to go more with that
Like
route.
a
But as far as
more
Kosh,
dead or old, like a dead samurai, or more evil
yeah,
samurai.
hmm maybe there'll be lore for that minion that's in the background 'cause it's pretty random.
The minion that's just punching the tree. Yeah, that is a
Yeah,
little strange.
but
But I think the particle effects and stuff, if they're anything like the Kashka skin, should be pretty neat, I guess. But again, it's just a gun that shoots. So I'd be interested to see what they do different with all the particles and the animations on this. But yeah,
right.
in the Kashka skin, we got all these little like twirly death little cat things on top of them, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I definitely like I'm not a huge Koshka player, and the
Hmm.
first two were kind of disappointing for me, maybe. But I could see how some people would think they were cool. But yeah, the tier three really brought it out for me, and I'm enjoying um, the direction that they're going with it on as far as Koshka goes.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I'm still thinking that they should have done more with tier ones before like moving so far into tier three, but that's
I
because
yeah,
they haven't done them to my heroes yet. That's probably why.
yeah. What are you waiting for, Taka?
Yeah, like yeah, Taka. Um, I know I like Catherine and Arden, so oh no, Arden. They already did Arden, so
Hmm.
that's right.
Yeah, I wish they would have done like finished off all the skins for everybody before they jumped into tier three.
Hmm.
But it makes me think that tier three, they're there because in 1.6 we're gonna have legendary cards. So they want to have those ways. Like I only seen tier
Hmm.
two skins like twice now that people have had.
They're probably
So
ones that were like given them.
yeah, so anyone who's gonna have a tier three skin when patch 1.6 comes out, like, geez, it's a grind to get some of those skins.
For sure.
It may change once we get the option to buy cards or packs. We may start to see more of them, but hopefully we do because I think people will start giving up on getting those skins if they're not like attainable after like a couple months.
Yeah, I got my first epic card like yesterday, and I was so pumped. Like that's what I expect. I think like they knew going in, like just the feeling that you get when you get an epic card. You're just like they're so awesome, and it was for the tier two glaive skin. So
Oh, nice. That's a good one to get. At least it
hmm
wasn't like tier two saw or something that you did.
I would feel bad. Hopefully, maybe some other buff in 1.6 comes from him because I'm not sure if it's him or the meta, but he's just bad right now.
Yeah, speaking of those like card drops, since they're doing Double Glory Weekend this weekend, I wonder if they could do something later down the line where it's like epic
Mm,
card drop. Like this weekend, it's a special event, maybe it's a holiday, like we increase the chances to get those epic and rare cards.
yeah, or like
Cause
any cards in general, because yeah, sometimes you can go like 3 games and not get a card.
yeah, that's like the worst part. It's like these cards have become I guess you want to get them and you're so disappointed now when you don't get them and it's like just more glory, whatever. I want a card. And
Definitely.
then you're disappointed when it's like a common that you have like three of, like, all right, another sticky ooze thing or whatever it's called.
Yeah, like Dark Ooze or
Yeah. But yeah, they think those legendary cards are going to be fantastic. I think they'll be really nicely animated and have some cool concepts in them. So keep a lookout for those coming in 1.6. Then the big news for 1.6 is we are getting casual and ranked queue. This is pretty fantastic. This is almost a relaunch of the game, I guess. We've been stuck in this world where we've been kind of playing this ranked sort of casual queue. It's really all we have, but it's you have this skill tier and everyone's focused on leveling up and reaching, POA, Vainglorious, oh, I'm stuck with all these noobs and all this stuff. So this is going to be a game changer, I think, for a lot of people. So if you don't know or understand what casual or ranked is, basically casual will allow you to play without affecting your skill tier. You can run weird comps, off builds. The game's you're still going to have to play the game. It's not a place to just go in and like goof around, but you can not have to worry about losing your ranking. And then ranked will be a separate queue for people that want to try harder, maybe have more fierce matches, against stronger opponents and things like that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Are you excited for this, or are you gonna just play ranked and not even worry about casual?
Yeah, it's definitely really exciting for me because, there are those times where either you don't have enough friends online or you just don't think you'll have enough time to maybe finish a game and you want to be able to hop into a casual game and not worry about the outcome. Also, like, I could see a lot of people, I don't know about like how ethical it is, but like, running like ultimate bravery and casual just to see if you can win with it, or
Okay.
Even when it comes to like streamers wanting to play with viewers, like a lot of them, it's hard for them to like pub with their viewers because they don't like necessarily maybe trust their skill level, and this will just allow more interaction between all sorts of skill tiers to play together.
Yeah, I know that's kind of where I'm at sometimes. It's like people jump in your chat and you either, you can play with them or you just be like, nah, I'm not playing with people. Like that's what a lot of people do. But people want to play with you. They're in the stream. It's like, all right, man, you're getting there. We can't play on this account. We either need to do a private or I have to get a different account.
Right.
It's not going to be a fun experience for you to play at that high of ranked.
Right. But for anybody.
Yeah. But the casual queue will open that up a little bit. So to play rank, though, you're going to have to be Karma level 10 as well as account level 10. The Karma level 10 is a weird thing. I guess I understand they don't want people that are being deserters over and over again and then jumping into ranked queue. But, man, it's hard when you get to 10. Like, are you AFKing that much to go down? Like, I've never AFK'd or had like my karma drop, so I don't know. Is it like a huge drop, or is it like a little bit? Do you know?
Yeah, no, I don't. But I mean, like, they even changed the karma, so I mean, they're going to be changing it back to where karma does affect like, who you're playing against, or is it just recent deserter that you won't be playing against?
I think it's gonna probably take an effect a little bit because if you do have to be karma level at 10, it's not gonna want you. Even in like casual queue, it's not going to have you want to play with all these deserters, right? That still is its own queue.
Yeah. Maybe they'll have like a more extreme
loss
consequence of karma, yeah.
So maybe we'll have to see if they change how karma leveling works in the next patch here. But level 10, I was right. I feel like level 10 is like a good spot. It took me, I don't know what, 3 weeks to get to level 10 on one of the accounts, so it's not awful. It takes a little while. You do have to play a bunch. Have you reached level 10 on your account?
No.
Okay.
No, I've been doing like a lot of the guild recruitment and doing like organizing 6-mans for the guild to play for a while since that patch came out. But yeah, now I'll probably be forced to. So.
Right. Yeah. So hopefully they maybe let people who have been in the game, or maybe if you're already like a ranked SA, maybe they like open it up for you. Like, oh, we trust that you're a good player. Go ahead and get into ranked now. We'll give you level 10. But yeah, definitely play some more. It kind of focuses you to play on one account, so you're less smurfing. The account that I have at a level 10 isn't even my main account, so that's kind of funny. Whoops. I don't know how that happened.
Is it Klefki?
Yeah, it's my Pokemon account.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's what I mostly see you playing on.
Yeah. So that one's level 10. I'll be going into ranked with that one. Within ranked, you're not going to be able to play with anyone outside 2 skill tiers as you. So you can play with somebody, if you're simply amazing, you can play with a Pinnacle of Awesome person, or you can play with a Hotness person. But you could not play with a Vainglorious person or anything below pretty good. And that's kind of a good way to stop people from leveling accounts quickly. Let's duo up or party up and try to get your pretty good account up to Vainglory as quickly. So I think that's a smart move, and it forces you to, you want to go into these ranked matches with a team that you think can win. So let's do it. Let's make sure we're all evenly skilled. It's going to be a fun match, and we'll have a good time.
Yep.
I think most of the people I play with are within that range.
Yeah, they're gonna. So when you're partying up with like only one tier part, you could pretty much hope to guarantee that that's who you're kind of also gonna face too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if everyone's like around the same skill tier, then you won't have to worry about a huge loss or gain of elo all the time. And they're fixing the matchmaking, like as far as the elo gain and loss, right? In 1.6.
Yeah, we'll get into that in some form static here, but yeah, I think they're definitely gonna make it more clear on how much you're gaining or losing in ranked. I bet we get like a bar or like an info thing on like, oh, you're this close to the next tier, just so you know a little more for ranked. Like I think they need to give us more in the ranked queue now that they're kind of separating this. And I believe they also said that the 257 queue thing is going to kind of go away. So you're going to be waiting longer for matches, especially in ranked. I guarantee most of the people that play Vainglory are probably going to play casual. I'd say 30% of the people will probably transition to ranked, but
yeah,
I think most of the people are fine playing casual, especially if you're in pretty good or even hotness. It's like, it's rather than like having these super hard games where you're going up against these highly skilled people, like let's just have more fun with the game. Like you're an average player, and yeah, enjoy the game a little more. So we'll see.
I could see only like the people maybe in being guilds consistently playing the ranked games.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be interesting to see how it splits. Hopefully casual queues, you're in games faster. Ranked games, you want a better match, so it's going to take a little longer. And then you will not be able to use the free heroes in ranked queue. That's kind of, I guess, tricky then. It's kind of making you have to buy the heroes or play the game a lot so you unlock them.
Yeah, that's going to be huge too as far as like people using glory and buying ice, because if you're going to be a casual player, fine, but like if you want to prove yourself, then you're going to have to invest a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of money, a lot of time, or like a little bit of money to be able to play those heroes.
Right. And you have to, even to jump into rank queue, you have to have 3 heroes unlocked first, which is pretty easy because there's 2 people, Kashka and Ringo, are super cheap.
So they're both 800 glory, and then I think Catherine's in there too.
Okay. So you can unlock them real easy. The idea is you need 3 because if the other 2 people pick something and you only had 2 and they picked your 2 people, then you don't have anybody to play. So I guess that's smart. Right. There's not going to be any draft mode or anything like that currently. We may see that come later, but not in this 1.6 patch. But I think that was all for the ranked and casual. Did they say anything else that I blanked on or missed? It sounds like it's going to be a lot different. It's going to definitely change up the game and how we think about the game.
Yeah, I remember seeing your post on Twitter where you quoted Fuji being like a relaunch of the game, like that right there. It just the hype level just skyrocketed for me. I'm just like, because I remember we all remember the feeling when we first started playing this game. I couldn't believe it was a mobile game, and it was just addicted immediately. So I'm just ready to get that feeling back. It's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how they're going to take in the ranking for casual so they make sure it's a even match, because it's not going to be just like whoever queued up at this moment, that's who you're playing. It's going to have to look at some like your karma level, like we said, or if you've been winning or losing. Because you want a fair match. You don't want to have to be like, oh, I got stomped one way or the other, or my team doesn't know what they're doing because this is their first game.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, one thing about the rank tier progression is I was like, it's really weird how you play other games that are kind of maybe elo based, where like Hearthstone has this thing where if you have a win streak, you kind of gain more stars. Like I think it should be
Yeah.
where if you're on a win streak and you're like consistently proving yourself, maybe the game should reward you with more elo because then it'll
Oh,
get
okay.
you up those tiers faster to where you're supposed to be playing against maybe the skill tier of players that you belong in or something.
Right. Okay, that could be interesting. I know in League of Legends, as you're moving up the tier, you see a lot of like streamers or high uh, pro players who make new accounts. As they level up, they'll skip certain tiers or certain ranks
Mm,
because they're like, oh, they went from rank 2 to rank 5 to rank 2 because like, oh, you've been winning so much, like you got leveled up a little faster. That should be
yeah.
neat. Do you think they'll do any rewards, like seasonal rewards for ranked? They haven't even said if there's going to be a season
Yeah.
or how rank is going to work. If it's just going to be a one-time thing, if there's going to be resets after a year. We haven't even got word about a season yet. But so possibly rewards. I think they may reward people for playing the mode.
Hmm.
I think first they need to just launch it, right?
Yeah, are you talking about something like that's so you're talking about like a season that's within the game, not like a third party thing with like the LEV that they try to do?
No, yeah, I think like within the game, like Hearthstone, every month you get a new card back.
Hmm.
They gotta do something with this rank queue, like every month, every 3 months, you get a like portrait or a skin tint or something like that that could reward you for reaching a certain level to kind of show off to everyone, especially in casual, like, hey, I play ranked and I'm an okay player.
Yeah, maybe like they could give like they would hold rankings obviously, and then the higher the ranking, maybe you get like X amount of glory or something too. Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll find out all this stuff in a couple weeks. I think we'll get this patch right at the beginning of the month or right at the end of June here. Because I think we get it before 4th of July. That's my prediction.
I hope so.
And then the last bit of news is the free hero rotation. So we didn't get Ringo this week. It's the first time ever since the game has launched. Ringo has not been in the free hero rotation. This forced me to have to buy Ringo. Jerks, man. But we did get Petal, Cruel, Saw, Scarf, Catherine, and Adagio. And so we got Petal and Adagio, who basically people have been playing just like in six mans or whatever. They're like, oh, let's do these. I haven't played these in like forever. So it's kind of like here's these two champions. We need work. Go ahead and play them right now for free. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Like play them for free right now because once we buff them in this next patch, then they won't be or something.
Yeah, so we're not gonna put them free next time when they're
Yeah.
viable.
Yeah. Super evil.
But I like the Catherine in here. Been seeing a lot more Catherine in every game. She's basically become the go-to tank support. She shuts down Arden all the time. I'm so happy for that. I was never a very good Arden player. I'm a good Catherine player, so I'm so glad Catherine's back.
Hmm. Yeah, I like Darden a lot, but yeah, ever since this new meta, Catherine's definitely been the go-to support. And I've heard of Adagio supports working too. You just don't see them as often, just because there's not the reliable stun and the silence there. But
Yeah, you just have that slow, which is helpful, but it's no insta stun. That's kind of nice.
hmm.
But that's all the news for this week. I'm excited for 1.6. I can't wait for this to come out. 1.5 has been great. Uh, we're starting to like fall into this Jewel, Catherine, Taka every game meta. That's just kind of becoming the like, this is the best comp in the like high mid games. Which I think is just what happens with any patch. So the sooner a patch comes out, it mixes things up. It changes who's getting played and what everyone likes to play.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, because you see either Jewel or Taka in any tournament game, either one of them is banned all the time. So that's a real way to tell who is popular. And what I'm wondering is, so like how Catherine is really good right now, and Arden kind of fell out of the limelight or the spotlight. Was it because of the need to have reliable stun for like Jules' ult and her rocket leaps, or like if they once the inevitable, I think, Jewel nerf comes, is Catherine once again, kind of take a back seat once that comes into effect?
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder about this Jewel nerf. Like it's strong, but it's not like as strong as a tank Kashka. But yeah, maybe Catherine's not as viable once Jewel kind of falls off the limelight here. We'll see. Which you might like. Maybe Arden comes back and we see more of him. He does have a skin, and Catherine doesn't have a skin. So, that's always nice. But yeah, let's jump into some forum static.
Forum static.
So in the forums, or really more the Reddit right now, everyone is complaining about skill tier progression. Playoff Beard addressed this on Reddit. He addressed this on the live stream and said, we're seeing these issues because new stuff is coming in 1.6. The casual and ranked is coming, but it's become an issue right now. We have basically people are winning games and losing tiers, and it's awful. Have you been running into this? Oh, excuse me.
Excuse you. Yeah, so I don't think I've been a victim of this per se, but I see it all over the place. And I mean, probably the only reason it hasn't happened to me is because as soon as I heard about it, I immediately stopped playing with anyone of a different skill tier.
Right. So
I didn't want to fall victim to losing elo on that nonsense. So yeah, that's another reason why I kind of like took over doing more like 6-mans, and I didn't like mind doing it because I can still get to play the game and I don't have to, worry about so much about who my teammates are.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar how this is working, so the idea is if you play with someone that's a lower skill tier as you, this will lower that elo to that skill tier. So if Destro and I are playing together, he's POA, my account's simply amazing. The elo gain will only be simply amazing for us and the enemy team. And this is the reason why you're seeing, if you win games and then all of a sudden, or you win games and then you lose one and you'll see your account drop because you may be lost against higher skilled people or lower skilled people. It's slightly confusing. But yeah, basically you're getting less elo, either winning and then when you lose more elo because you're going up against this lower elo ranking. And it's kind of a bummer. And so that's why you see when you win, nothing happens, but when you lose, you drop pretty bad. And
yeah. So do you know if it goes both ways? So if you're all the same skill tier, but you're going up against a party of a different skill tier, does it affect
affects
you
them
as well?
too? Yeah. Everyone in the game, in the party. So the reason why they did this is because it became a big issue in Korea. When it launched there, people were basically elo boosting new accounts to Vainglorious and Pinnacle of Awesome. We see it sometimes on people's streams, and some of the higher ranked people will make a new account or have a guest account to quickly level somebody up. But in Korea, it was getting out of hand, and people were really complaining about it. You were having all these people jump skill tiers and just go against matches that shouldn't be happening. So the way they did this is they made it so you basically are getting no elo if you do this. So if you've made a new account in the last even month or so, you've noticed that it takes forever to climb up. It used to take, you could get it to hotness or simply amazing in like 30 games if you won almost every game. Now it's at least 50 or sometimes 60 games. So just you're not gaining as much elo.
Yeah.
And I personally hate this 5-game thing, and I hope it goes away with casual and rank Q. Because sometimes I go up against somebody that's like, I know that team was better and I won, and I want to see my ranking go up right then and there. I deserve the like level up. Come on.
Satisfaction.
Yeah. And then you lose to someone, you're like, oh, those people sucked and we lost. And then you see your skill tier. It always goes down. I don't see it go up anymore. I only see it ever go down, and it's so disappointing.
Yeah, and if it does go down now, you're just like, oh, I have to get it back up. And that's another thing about 1.6 that's so exciting, because if you're able to see how close you are to the next skill tier, I know when you're going against a Vainglorious team and you beat them, how good that feels. You get to see that jump in your elo, and along with that extra satisfaction. And but yeah, I hear you on like the losing side is I've beat Vainglorious teams, but then I've also lost to simply amazing teams because I don't know who they are, and then I add them afterwards, and then I'm crushed when I like just think about my elo and I see they're simply amazing on there. I'm just like, oh, I knew I could have done better. Like they're one of those games where you knew you should have won, but you just had these little mistakes that lost the game.
That's awful. So let me explain this again. I feel like I didn't explain this very well in the beginning of this. So the way the matchmaking is working right now is if someone in your party is a lower rank, basically the entire team, your team and their team, the elo is based off of their ranking. So if the lowest person on your team is pretty good, everyone will only get pretty good elo. So this is what you were seeing with like when you go up against Fuji and his like Vainglorious team of 3 and they 257 and go up against like a hotness team, they get no elo. They get nothing for that win. And now basically that's kind of happening to everyone. And it's causing a lot of people to level out. People are losing Pinnacle Awesome that were up there. Just kind of they're almost pushing people to lower tiers to kind of like even out the parties a little bit.
Yeah, I'm almost, you could say I'm almost lost with this like system, because a lot of people know, I think he might still be in Halcyon Hammers, the Vainglorious player Calixte. In a matter of like 3 or 4 days, I saw him go from POA Silver to Vainglorious to like the next 1 or 2 days after, like back down to POA Silver. And it's just like, I don't understand how you can lose and gain that much elo in such a short amount of time. So I've almost lost faith in the elo system altogether. There has to be something that we don't know. So even just in the works that's going on.
So I don't know if there's like a good way to look at that. I guess maybe like if you're partying, try to party with people that are your skill tier, but you may run up against someone on the other team that's a lower skill tier. And they're just bringing everyone down anyway. But hopefully if you're partying at like prime times with a group of people, you will go up against that same skill tier, especially if you know the people. We run into the Team Smurf all the time, or even Halcyon Hammer sometimes. And so once you know those people, you'd be like, okay, I know they're all Simply or POA or Vainglorious, so we don't have to worry about this big elo loss, I guess. But there are changes coming in 1.6. We know, but right now people are going to be dropping. I think it's sad if you've been up in Pinnacle Awesome, maybe now you drop to SA or even Hotness. Like that sucks, man. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
But you can always play 6-mans, and I think that's always a fun way to like keep playing the game and have fun with it. You don't get cards, you don't level your account, but you do get to try new things. So it keeps the game fun that way, I guess. You can do those fun game modes like the Mine Mania and the Fox Hunt.
Yeah, ARAM, Ultimate Bravey, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Cool. But you know what? That'll do it for episode 31. this was the first time we were doing a video episode. So if you're listening to this as it usually comes out, it comes up in iTunes, in your podcast feed, that's awesome. Thanks you for listening. But this week, I did a video version. I put it up on YouTube. There should be a link underneath the post, probably on the website at shatterthevain.com. And hopefully continue these every week. Get guests that want to be on camera with me. Can always put up someone's little Twitter avatar or whatever if they don't want to be on camera as well. But it's fun. It's also streaming it on Twitch, so twitch.tv/shatterthevain. It's fun. It's definitely more work doing video. You can't mess up as much. There's less places for that because it keeps things rolling. Destro, where can people find you, your stream, Twitter, all that good stuff before we get out of here?
All right. Yeah, as you guys can see below, my Twitter handle is at bsimmons21. Make sure to go ahead and check out my stream. Just started about a week ago. We do Guild 6-mans, viewer matches, showcase the tournament games on my stream, and that's twitch.tv/midnightdestroyer. So as far as the media outlets, those are the ones I'm on as well. I'm working on the YouTube, getting videos to YouTube. That's also going to be Midnight Destroyer. So
nice.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Brad. It was definitely a pleasure to do this with you once again, but now on video.
Yeah.
And it's too bad that we couldn't break the old record of the over an hour, but
we can keep talking about the game for another 30 minutes here if we want to keep going, but I don't know if we have to dig up some more topics here and stuff. But we'll save that for next time. But yeah, Shatter the Vain. It's on Twitter, or I'm on Twitter under there too. It's at Shatter the Vain. Facebook page /Shatter the Vain. I also set up a Bindle chat. So Bindle's kind of like a line, kind of like a band. It's a chat application, so you can go in there. You hashtag Shatter the Vain. Chat about like who I should have on next, if you have any thoughts for the show, if you're liking the video, maybe you hated the video and you just want the audio, that's fine, let me know. Head over to that chat room. Yeah. And then the website is shatterthevain.com. All the episodes get posted there, links to iTunes, links to all these stories we talk about, the Reddit links, the forum static, everything's there. So head over there, and thanks for listening. Take care.
Shatter the Vain.